The English Civil War was a series of disputing ideas in the 1600s. It began after Elizabeth I died. Her successor, James I, was plunged into financial troubles along with troubles with the people. This began the downward spiral that was the English Civil War.
On this day, March 24th, 1603, I crowned the James I King of Ireland and England.
Excuse me, ladies. I'm a reporter for the England Times. I have a couple questions about the new King James. Do you mind if I ask you?
No, sure, why not?
Okay, awesome. What's the first one? Oh, James has been ruling for a couple months now. What do you think, how do you think he's been doing?
I mean, James is a good king, but Elizabeth was such a great one. I don't think he's going to be able to rule after her.
I know, Elizabeth was such a good ruler, and he's not even British, he's Scottish.
Well, what do you think James is doing wrong?
I mean, this country has no money and he's not doing anything to fix it. I don't think he's capable of it.
That's good to know. Is there anything else?
Well, Elizabeth was a monarch, just like James, but she always said how she ruled by our love and not by the place of power she had.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, James thinks he can rule over us without caring about us. I wish Elizabeth was still our queen.
Awesome. All right, thank you, ladies.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, bye!
James and Anne of Denmark married in November of 1589 and had 8 kids, but only 3 of them lived beyond infancy. Of the 3 that survived, one of them would be his successor, Charles I of England, Scotland, and Ireland.
I propose a marriage. I propose my son Charles marries Princess Maria Anna of Spain.
No, we do not agree with that. I don't believe it's a good idea.
Monarchy is the greatest thing on earth. Kings are rightly called gods, since just like God, they have the power of life and death over all their subjects and all things. They are accountable to God only, so it is a crime for anyone to argue about what a king can do. I am king. I make the decisions. I want my son to marry Maria Anna.
That is not how Parliament works.
Well, as of today, February 8th, 1622, there is no more of me listening to Parliament. I am the divine king. It's not fair. Get some phone rules. Welcome to Westminster Abbey. Today we are hosting the funeral of the beloved King James I. Right now may be a mourning period, but thankfully we have a son, Charles I, to take the throne. Later on we will be celebrating the coronation of a new king, the beginning of a new era.
I hereby crown thee King Charles I, King of England, Ireland, and Scotland from this day forward. Now turn and greet your people.
All hail King Charles I!
I need money, you dumb Parliament people. Won't let me tax underneath the Magna Carta rule. And how do you expect me to pay for this country?
We could have worked out a deal.
This is the second time I've asked for permission to tax, and you have refused both times.
Well, you didn't have to go stealing money from all the ships.
How else would you like me to pay for this country?
I don't know, but telling coastal countries that you need money for ships is just not right.
Well, not letting me tax my people is not right. This country needs money, and you guys aren't willing to help.
Why is this money so important right now?
How do people think we will ever support a war if I can't tax my people?
Parliament still isn't allowing Charles to tax his people, which continually aggravates Charles. He called and dissolved Parliament 3 times in his first 5 years of ruling. After this, he no longer wanted Parliament and tried to rule for 11 years without them.
but I can't find them anywhere.
Charles, I can't understand you. Speak slower. You need to relax.
No, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of London now.
Okay, are you sure about this?
Yes, we need to go now.
Okay, I'll take the kids. Come on, kids. We need to go pack bags right away. Everybody pack your own bag. Go, go!
Come on, kids, let's go. Let's go. We have to get out of here. Let's go.
We need to go. We need to get out of London. Let's go, kids. Everybody out. Everybody out. Violin, everybody. Goodbye, London.
People of England, I know you're upset with me in my recent decisions, but you need to understand, because Parliament won't let me collect money from my citizens, this country will remain in debt. Because Parliament will not let me collect money, I believe that they are all traitors and rebels to this country.
I object. We are not traitors. I'm not a traitor. I'm not a rebellious.
I believe we are fighting to defend our religion, liberties, and rule of law.
I believe we are fighting to defend our monarch church and stability.
Finally, after 3 years of fighting, this war is over.
It's fine with me. I will sit in prison until I die. Because all it means is that you, Parliament, can't do anything. You need me to approve everything you do. And if I'm in prison, I will not approve of anything.
The war had cost Parliament a lot of money. King Charles was not willing to give up his authority or religion, and without his cooperation, they were stuck. No one could do anything. So far, the Civil War had solved nothing.
We want our money!
You better recognize us, Parliament.
We have your king!
This Civil War has really become a military revolution!
Years later, Oliver Cromwell and Thomas Fairfax wanted to put an end to the rebels at Pembroke Castle in Kent. Meanwhile, Parliament was trying to negotiate with King Charles, and when that didn't work, King Charles was put on trial.
Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for, the execution of Charles I.
I, the new leader of the House of Commons, Oliver Cromwell, have something to tell all of you fine people. England is now declared a commonwealth. There will no longer be a monarchy or a House of Lords. Until we figure out who will be the next King of England, the trustworthy people of the House of Commons will rule the nation. Thank you.
The House of Commons did not rule the country well, and Oliver Cromwell became the leader of the government and ruled with selected members of Parliament. The constitutional monarchy that Cromwell made disappeared in 1658 when he died, and his son Richard could not fill his spot. Charles II ended up taking the throne in 1660 and brought back an absolute monarchy.
Go.
We want our money! Parliament, you better recognize us!
We have your king.
This civil war is really become a military resolution.
What did you learn today? Did you learn about your wonderful father?
Yeah, I agree. James thinks... Yeah, I agree. James thinks he can rule...
Stop laughing at me!
Yeah, I agree. I mean...
I know. I mean, Elizabeth was such a good ruler, and he's not even Scottish.
Well,
He's not even British.
do you mean that he is Scottish?
Kitty!